Pisces, how you getting on? So I thought I would do just a quick round. So what are we on now? The 22nd until the 30th. Okay. So before we started, I picked up on 0909 for us. 09. I am a Piscean. I am a Piscean if you didn't know. So 0909, if I could say it properly. Yeah, something in the way she moves. I keep coming up with that song. I don't know why. But it could be energy, something in the waves, waves. There's another song there by Waves or something. But yes, something has to end in order for something to begin. Constantly searching and yearning for that feeling that your stomach is turning. This is the energy that I'm getting, Pisces. Now, I was dealing our cards and there were so many flying out that I was going to do what I've been doing, which is like, just do it, you know, but they were just, do it. Do it to me one more time. So, I don't know, I keep coming out with loads of songs, Pisces. Are you like that? Okay, so something has to end or has ended. I know a lot's happened in my life and I've literally just walked. The woman of my dreams has literally just walked into my life. As in, like, I feel like the luckiest man alive. I really do. She is absolutely fantastic. And she's actually a Pisces. Something ended with me, like a contract ended, and I think a lot of us are on the same wavelength here. Wave after wave, wave after wave. I can't quite think of that song, but something's definitely ended for something to begin. 9 and 9. Okay, when that did happen a few days ago with me, like a week ago. Okay, we cannot stop talking. Let's get on with the show, Pisces. Okay, so messages coming in. Fast and Furious, like car, is what I'm picking up. Fast and Furious. So this is the beginning of something new, something fresh, something new. And now a lot of you say, well, this is spying. Who's spying on me? Spying. This is like planning. This is thought. A lot of this is thought. This is fresh news, someone that you can meet or you have met or someone that you're in communication with. Okay, but this is really the beginning stages of manifesting. When you start to manifest, right, it's because it has to start from a seed. Starts from a seed, you have water and air, and then it grows, you know, and then you plant that seed and it's something new, meaning that something ended. Karmic card, very important. Something begins within soul growth through thought. Everything, your feelings and everything are all created by thoughts. Everything. Your feelings are not real, you can't see them. If you was to pull out a feeling from your gut and go, fucking hell bruv, look, there's a feeling. What's it look like? Love is a feeling, right? You can't see it because it's a wave. It's a wave of emotion, a wave of feeling. Something new. It makes you feel giddy, makes you feel brand new. It makes you feel like a child again. Now, a lot of you could have children or involve children, but it means that a lot ended probably with something that could have been to do with like messages or something, but beginning, meaning like something ended, but now something's began. Okay, now you could be being watched, or you're watching, or you're analysing, or you're planning, or you're thinking. You could be watching each other, talking to one another, but also watching one another, right? But these are messages of all kinds of things that can come through the internet. Also, so let's go on. So there you go. So it could be involving children. So you left something behind. You're like, fuck it, bruv, I'm leaving the past behind. This person here, my way, is looking like that way, right? So you're looking pretty much at where you've come from. You're looking at where you've come from and you're thinking, you know what, bruv, I've been through a lot and all I really want to feel like is fresh and brand new again. I want to feel fresh and brand new again. I want a brand new start. Now, if a lot of you are still indicative with the old person and you're thinking that you want a brand new start, then that's you. If you've got a brand new start with someone brand new, then that's you, okay? So it can still just mean air sign, but it can mean that it's a lot to do with travel because you're traveling this way. Like you're looking that way and thinking, well, that's the past. I'm now going this way, you know, with my children, or they have children, or you do. But I've come from something that was rocky, but I've now left. Okay, I've now left, or I'm wanting to leave. I'm wanting to travel, or I'm wanting to go and see. It's still a searching. It's like all these points of growth that I've been through. I'm going to bring them with me, okay, packages and stuff like that. You know, your tool bag is everything that you have. You bring it with you, all points of growth, and you think, I'm just leaving all of that shit behind, and I'm now going towards my person, person to person. Now, it could just mean that it's a lot to do with like children. So there you go, Libra. So you can have Libra in your chart, or they can, okay? Or it can be a general overview energy of. Now me, relating to Vedic, I have this in my rising sign in Vedic chart, okay? But also, strangely, within my work career of what I've left behind, it was involving Libra. And it was also to do with higher council, you know, because you can never control, okay? So you can never control karma also, because this is karma, right? And we know that. So when you bow down to it, this is pretty much what happened with me and the love of my life. Sorry, I'm getting all mushy. I don't normally do that, but yeah. So you bow down to karma, and at the same time, it all means metaphysical law of fresh and new thought. It means within the soul, depth of soul, it means that you probably bowed down to the point where something had to end, 0909, and you got a lesson by it, but it may have returned for some of you, meaning like it didn't quite meet its pinnacle point, and it may have started, ended, and then started, but like with me, with my job, it kind of like ended, and then I got called back, and then it was like happened again, and I was like, really, fuck it, I'm out. I'm not being used that way. So you can relate that to your love life if that happened with you, okay? But I'm out, I'm done, I'm independent, okay? Now, me, generally, when that happened, 1818 I picked up, 1818, meaning that there's something that's ending. Also 8 and 1 meaning 9, and then we've got 9 again, right? So meaning that you're reaching the pinnacle point of ending a karmic soul group tie. Now, soul group tie meaning that you could have had a soulmate, and that's kind of that lesson has come into fruition of what you've needed to learn to elevate you further onto your karmic path. Good karma, okay, all good. Go forward on that, because now you've got a just reward. Your just reward, being rewarded karmically for your effort of understanding about this card here, okay? So then what you had done is you're rewarded with something new, okay? It could be children, that you could have had a child or got a child, or it's something like that, okay? But generally, that you understood it, it probably returned, you probably said, no, fuck it, Sid, I'm out. I'm moving this way, okay? So you're looking back at the past and thinking, all that stuff in the past is in the past. It is what it is. I've got to leave it behind. I'm going this way. I'm traveling this way. Karmic reward, okay? So generally overview of higher counsel, a higher calling, a reward of, you bow down to realizing, which I was doing at that specific point, and I was giving a lot of people some guidance through this time through different readings, so I don't know if you see them, of where if you bow down to me, I have Cancer in the 9th house, meaning spiritual. That you know, it's difficult for me to say that, but it's like a boomerang effect. Okay, now if you bow down to karma, realizing that I can't control the outcome of anything anymore, because every time I have, you know, so pretty much when you bow down, like in religion or anything, if you bow down, it means that you're respectful. So when you understand a lesson about yourself, you are respectful of yourself, right? So you've understood a lot about soul growth and self-respect. Self-respect. That things in the past, this way, wasn't really good enough for what you wanted. So you made probably a judgment call and said it yourself that, okay, I'm had enough, I don't mind. It's in the hands of the law for some of you. It's in the hands of karmic law for some of you. It's in the hands of anything that's of a higher power, because I can't control it. So I understood that at that particular point, and what I did is that I bowed down to justice and realized that it's out of my hands, that I can't control people that are trying to control me. Okay, so just reward is that you probably said to yourself, I'm very respectful, you know, I am okay with whatever it is that you know is best for me. 1818. You pick up on those signs, so I don't know if you did. I did very much, meaning that there was something that was about to end, but it was for your highest good, because of a double-edged sword. What you get is a reward. For anything ends, there has to be a beginning. 18 and also 19, okay, 0909, sorry. So everything that ends has to begin. There has to be a beginning to the end. So there had to be an ending to whatever that was that you went through, Pisces. And it could have been a very stressful time. The cards are not really showing it. But whatever happens here, it's really telling me that it's in the past, because you're wanting to travel towards something new. You're wanting to leave the past behind, and you've fucking had enough of it. Some of you could actually have children, and this is the children. Because what you could be thinking, well, on the one hand, I've got children, right? On the one hand. Wow. On the second hand, well, the clock. On the second hand, the hand strikes 2. I don't know what that was. Something. On the second hand, I've got my 10 of cups. My wish granted. The 9, it ended. Then, what do? We go to something brand new, something more fulfilling, something more loving. This is Piscean energy also, because it's forever giving. Forever? That's a song. That's another song. Terran Breaks Forever. That is Piscean energy generally. Now, if you're thinking, well, I'm indicative of a Pisces and they're a prick, right? Then you know, right? If not, generally why this is a Piscean card is because you get one, you keep them, right? Because they can express love freely, open, armly, and they will, well, they probably are wanting to accept you with open arms, These arms of mine, they are yearning for someone new, or something new, right? I can't remember the song. Something new. So, the yearning feeling of something new, something karmic. The tide's changed. The clock has ticked where the time was up. Like, well, your time was up, bruv. Now, I'm going this way because my reward of what I learnt through karma is that you will not control me. I'm better off in my job working for myself. Justice works for themselves, okay? Works for themselves. But they are also very good at working with other people too, generally. But as an energy, if it's to do with work, it's a lot to do with higher power and like counsel or healing. Also, like healing people, like people that come in for like court cases or courts, or people that, people that generally probably have like childhood kind of codependency or like addictions of like where things are very choppy, or people that have dealt with narcissism and that kind of thing, and that they come in and or like court decisions over children and that kind of stuff, you know, they come in order for a decision of where it will make things better for them in the end. When you realize that you make moves for yourself, your children will be more fulfilled in the end when they come to you, because you show strength of being a leader oriented person. Also justice, because they have fair and equality of like give and take, but more of a soul kind of feeling. That Saturnian card, you will never be able to change the hands of law, karmic law. You will never be able to control the hands of time, because it's metaphysics. But time is not really an illusion. I believe in our soul that we are more of an illusion than what time actually is because we are actually here as a soul to experience a period of time itself. So your soul has a written karmic path of destiny. You are my destiny. You are my one. Thank you. You are my one and only, and she will be watching this and smiling. You are my one and only. So what the soul understands is that time is not really an illusion. It is, because it is part of metaphysics, and it doesn't end as it begins, because it continues on as your soul cries further forward, future forward. So as we understand that within metaphysical law of our soul, is that we are physically here. So the thing that physically gets pulled is your soul. So you are here in this time to experience things that are very karmic, but there's always a reward for that. So what you get as a just reward is your everlasting love, 10 of cups, right? But also a 1, meaning end to let this begin, meaning also projects. These are people that come in for general health and well-being of, I need to find my health again and my wealth again, but more of my health than anything else. I need to find my health more than anything else. See? See? You could have children that really care about you, about your general health and well-being, and they love you very much. Because these are children, okay? These are children. So when you realize that for anybody's ever highest good, it's always me that makes a decision, as everybody of a soul cry, because you cannot help that yearning feeling of new pull towards this energy that is fulfilling, that is open-ended. It's an open-ended cycle of whether it begins or ends. It still begins as it ends. It's happiness and joy and fulfillment. You can't really get much in this. This is sometimes known in some readers as life partnership, of a never-ending karmic reward of justice. Now, so you might be thinking, well, on one hand, I've got children, but what I really want to do is travel. I want to find my 1, because this would always mean 1, right? 10 and 1 is 11. Here, 10, 21, 111. My 1, I'm just picking it up as 1. I want to travel, because I see you as someone that can talk about, like, well, freely and openly. Someone that is very fair and honest, especially coupled with the 10 of Cups. Within the 3rd house of how you would normally communicate within this card would be someone that's very fair and honest, but a very caring and loving person that would do anything for you, you know, generally. Because as an energy, whether it be Libra or not, as a general energy of discussion, it would be about, okay, well, we could do this and we can do that. Well, I'm free to do that, because it means freedom, karmic freedom. It means, okay, well, you know, I can free up a bit of this and I can free up a bit of that, and we can work together, because it would generally mean, like, on a mundane level too, of what you would do with soulmate energy. So it's generally, on one hand, some people may have children, and it's like, okay, well, on one hand, the truth is held within this hand here and this hand here. So it might have to do with, like, documentation, because the sort of truth, right, which is the offer of truth, which always means documentation, law degrees, people of, like, higher stature with a law degree or PhD or something, okay? But generally, because it's to do with travel also, it's all to do with, like, passport documentation and traveling, like wanting to travel. But I have children, but fair and just is that I need to do something for myself for once to get to my everlasting 10 of Cups of happiness and fulfillment, because I see you as my 1, right? There you go. Soul cry. I knew it. The soul, on the soul level of this reading, being the soul journey, this is one of the biggest soul journey cards that you can get, because it's an 8 of 8. Universal energy of where this is your soul, that energetically as a feeling, it's a yearning feeling of a pull. This person in here is just walking. It's a feeling that you know that no matter what's here, I need to find out what this journey is, because the love that can be created and manifested from this card is soulmate energy, which would be like Gemini, okay, or like Virgo energy, or Aquarian energy. And you've also got the moon, which is like Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. So we go from the 8 and the 9, 8 and the 1, which makes 9, which makes, you know, the wish fulfillment, wishes granted. Still on that yearning feeling of, this is calling me more, because like 9 can be like greed, right? But it can be like, oh God, I just need that 1%. I just need that one, the one. Keep coming up with the one. Because the 9 of Cups, what this adds up to is like, obviously the 9, which does mean wish fulfillment, but it means I'm still got to get to my 1%. But it is still general wish fulfillment, because it means that this feeling of the 9 of Cups is such yearning pull of 9 that it has to be the one, meaning like the one. Is really what I'm picking up. As like the one. Things in general have to be let go in order to travel, but in order to, like, this is like astral projection, some of it too. Because this soul here, the soul is literally, like I said, within metaphysical law and time, is something that pulls your soul regardless of your meat suit. It's a yearning, because it's 8. It's the universe that puts it together through an 8 and says, that's the reason why you're being pulled in this direction to find the one, which is like Gemini or Aquarius energy or love, you know. 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands. You see? 8 and 8. 16. 6 and 1 is 7. It's being pulled because I feel like you're the one. I feel like I can be in like not illusion, but like more like passion. Like this pull is like the dream, like the feeling of where you don't feel anything because you can't like physically see anything, but you feel it. I feel it in my fingers, I feel it in my toes, 'cause love is all around me, and so the feeling grows, you know? Because it's something that can't be seen, and it's like metaphysics. It's how we connect with spirit, where they put it together, where it's a pull. It just fucking pulls and pulls. And the passion that's created through the feelings that you get, like through your fingers and through your toes and where it convolts through your body, that's how this energy feels. Trust me, this is how this energy feels. Because it's like a connection that you can have with people that don't even live anywhere near you. And you're like, well, how the fuck is that possible? How the fuck is that possible? I need to tell my friends, really? You must be fucking crazy. You must be goddamn crazy. You must be out of your goddamn mind. So, Doreen Virtue says, talk to your friends. Really? Yeah. All right, friend. All right, Dave, listen, Dave. All right, I got this feeling. Oh, yeah? What, that you need to be locked up in a padded cell? All right. This is like airwaves. That through communication of like a... where it'd be like a phone directory where it gets plugged into your third eye, and then it's kind of like a receiver, a giver and a receiver. And like, hello, can you put me through to, you know, hold on, let me just stick, you know, and it just kind of like a wave of emotion, wave after wave that travels through like your third eye, where you can literally start to see them. You know, you can feel them, you can hear them, you can see them. And it's a lot like spirits. They tell you that this is the right path. It's an 8. It's an 8. 2 8s. You know, it's that soul level. It's that yearning this way. Meaning it doesn't matter what's here. This here has been left behind. Whatever this is, it's done. It's over. The war is... Jim Morrison. The war is over. The war is over. The war is over, Pisces. The struggle is over. So then what we do is, there's a distraction, so I do apologise, is that because the war is over, we start to manifest things, and the soul is pulled in this direction through communication of dream state, passion, thoughts and feelings, of like a directory of where you just cannot get off the phone with one another because it's open-ended. It's where like, no, you put the phone down. No, you put the phone down, bruv. No, you put the phone. Listen, you put the phone down. Stop it. You put the phone down. You know, it's double-ended. It means that you both feel exactly the same. You mirror each other. You both feel exactly the same. You know that there are things that need leaving behind, and whatever that is, a town, place, city, country, there needs to be a meeting, you know. But you know that the soul is pulled this together through passion and communication, and that there needs to be plans made, you know, plans where you do things. There you go. There you go. King of Swords. Higher. A higher calling. This is someone that has PDA. What do you call it? Like higher education. Higher education. And like spiritual law. But this is stuff that you get, like, where you do things on a mundane level. This is what happens. So you've got one that's very fair and balanced and like, okay, I'm very open for this and very good speaker, and, you know, I deal with people of like karma and all that kind of stuff. But because you have this card too, this means that you both do the same things of public service. Now, public service can be esoteric, but it can also be people of like a higher council with a higher education. King of Swords is someone that's very intelligent. Okay, they are a plan maker and a truth sayer and seeker, but they're a plan maker. They come up with ideas of how, on a metaphysical level, when it's manifested into reality through a feeling, that you build things together, because this is someone that does things independently for themselves. So they would have a business, or they can work for themselves, or they have a great idea that where you could do it together, because what you have is the same kind of feeling through Justice and the King of Swords energy, because they're both air qualities. They're both air qualities. Whether it's in your sign or not, it means that I'm a receiver, but I'm also a giver. It's like I'm giving you your just reward kind of thing. Like you are rewarded with your queen and you are rewarded with your king kind of thing. I can't help but pick that up. Because it's both air, it means that we're in alignment with being where they see you and you see them, of someone that's very intellectual or wise, of however it is that they see you. They see you of someone that can communicate openly and freely and lovingly, and that you don't have fear because it's open-ended. It's open-ended. There's a depth of something that I'm picking up with like work in Tory 8 stuff, where you're both very caring people, both very sharing people, but it's a lot to do with like clinics and like holding clinics, or like holding seminars and public speaking. This is like a public speaker. They're both like public speakers, where you can do things publicly. If you do it, it means that you can do this very well together on a mundane level of how it hopefully starts to manifest into reality. Because both of these cards talk about fair and just, meaning fair and just reward is that you've met your match, your perfect match, even though they're not counterparts. They kind of are. Because the Queen of Swords can be very cutting and analytical, but because the King of Swords is very intellectual and wise and that does things independently, he can do things very independently, fair and just, as counsel, higher education. So can Libra energy, justice, higher education, higher law, higher, like, you know, fair, balanced justice. Justice of karma that you can't see. Metaphysical law is, this is the person that you've been looking for, right? Because it's pulling you this way through someone sees you and them as someone very intellectual and intelligent and wise to know what's the best decision of also being a masculine energy, that you know what's the best path where we could do this together. But because we can do this together and I'm fair and just, meaning that you're mirroring each other, it's getting confusing. It's getting confusing just through these two cards. They're a better counterpart really than the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords in a way, because it's kind of a power play. But this is not really a power play. This is more of a fair and just balance of masculine, feminine energy, meaning independence. Independence, declaration of independence, fair and just. You meet someone that of independence, where you could do it together. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to leave it there at the moment, Pisces. It might extend over the period, really not sure, but this is a bonus reading. Okay, we will continue if you are over on Patreon, and I really do appreciate a lot of you over there, and it is still very cheap for people to watch it. You get to watch monthlies, weeklies, and you can have at it. You can you can watch what you like, and it will be over on Patreon. Okay, all the monthlies, weeklies, they're all there. If you want a personal reading, okay, I can do something like this for you. And I will look into depth of like your soul and where it's being pulled and the lessons and the blocks and everything like that. And I've had great feedback through personal readings. So if you want one, just send me an email and it's in the description. Okay. Now it also will be the rest of this reading clarified, continued and clarified over on Patreon and Vimeo. But it'll be in the bi-weekly folder. If you want to follow me on Becoming the Change, which is the business page, or any other link in the description, they are all there. Okay, Pisces, I think we've covered that. Thank you all very much for your kind words and support. I hope you're all right, because I feel as Pisces, we're just like, we need some kind of win, right? Win-win. But we do represent like losses and gains, right? So it feels more of a gain to me than a loss. Well, a fucking hell of a lot in my life, you know. Definitely. But we'll see. I'm going to stop babbling and we're going to get on with the rest of the show. Okay, Pisces, I'll hopefully see you soon. Peace.